right. Well, I'm sitting down with Lindsay Ell, and we're at CMA Fest, and we were just about to talk about how crazy busy your week has been because you were at a basketball game last night, right?
So I was at a basketball game 2 nights ago. We basically,
okay.
we kicked off Riverfront stage with Jimmy Allen and Hardy, and then had like a few signings and stuff later that day, and then I had my fan club party Friday morning where I got to see all of my fans, and it had been like 3 years since I'd seen a lot of them, and so I was just so happy to do that. Then I flew to a basketball game in Boston Friday night, because I love basketball so much, and the NBA Finals are happening right now. And then I played Country Thunder last night, so I traveled to Country Thunder and then came in on the bus this morning and literally rolled off the bus and came back to Music City Center and had a couple signings today. So.
I mean, you're the busiest person I've seen this week, I feel like. Do you have anything like that keeps you grounded when you're busy traveling and everything? Like, you seem to have a little bit of a routine. I've seen you make your celery juice every morning.
I do. Thank you so much for knowing that.
Oh, I definitely know that.
I definitely have a routine. When it's as busy as like CMA festing, I have not been able to make celery juice. I was like, the fact that I'm here with makeup on is like a huge win.
Yes,
huge
that's
win.
a big one.
But yeah, like I am a huge health nut. So every morning I usually wake up and drink lemon water, and then I drink celery juice. And then I don't know, I don't normally eat lunch until like early afternoon. And I'll eat I do eat a lot of food. Like I'll eat a lot of food from like afternoon to like 8 or 9, and then I try not to eat like pretty late at night. But yeah, routine wise, that's like kind of what mornings look like.
Okay, and then you also have the cutest dog.
Thank you.
Can we please talk about her?
Yes.
So cute.
She is the light of my life.
Yes, you're a dog mom.
I am a dog mom.
Yes.
I have grown up with dogs ever since I was a little girl, and so I always knew I was going to get one. It was just a matter of when, and I just thought that I travel so much that I couldn't have one, but then you throw in a pandemic in there, and I was sitting in a house by myself for way too long, and I was like, I need to get a dog.
Right.
So I really wanted to rescue a dog because I just love rescuing animals. Adopt, don't shop.
Yes.
And I was looking at a lot of rescues in town, but a lot of them didn't have any dogs because everybody was adopting them,
dogs
which is an amazing problem to have.
Sure.
And I had always wanted to get a little Pomeranian. I just loved them so much from when I was growing up. And we never had one when I was a kid. And so I was like trying to find a Pomeranian, and I was talking with this shelter in New Orleans, and I remember like I was pretty hardcore dog searching for a while, and I would spend like 8 hours a day almost like trying to find like the right dog. I just knew I was gonna like feel it in my gut when I found the right dog. And I just couldn't find it for whatever reason, and I wanted a small dog that I could take on the bus. And so one morning I was like, okay, if there is a right dog out there, please send it to me. Maybe this just isn't the time. Like, I'm going to give it one more day, and then I'm going to give up.
Yeah.
And 20 minutes later, this woman from a shelter in New Orleans texts me, and she's like, we just got this little dog. How is she for you? And she sent me a picture of Hendrix, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's perfect.
Like love at first sight.
The next day, it was truly love at first sight, and I drove down with my band, and we got to New Orleans, picked up a po' boy, a beignet, and a dog, and then turned around and came back to Nashville because it was COVID, and we were like still weirded out about staying anywhere. And so, she is the best. She travels with us on the bus everywhere.
Perfect little travel dog.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that. So you travel a lot. Obviously, you're from Canada. You were the host of Canada's Got Talent.
Yeah.
How was that? Was that something you've always kind of imagined doing, like being a host, or what was that like for you? I've
always wanted to get involved in TV.
Okay.
I just love like the production side of things, and I've seen it from the music side of things. But yeah, I've always wanted to be involved in TV and film. Just have been waiting for the right situations or opportunities to come up. And so when Canada's Got Talent came along, I was just like, I love this show. The Got Talent brand, of course, like as a lot of people are familiar with America's Got Talent, it's just so cool because it not only showcases like musicians and singers, but also magicians and acrobats and dancers and like all different kinds of talent. And so the show, there's never a dull moment, and it's amazing that it gives people an opportunity to showcase what they do. Like a lot of them wouldn't have a stage to show their talent to the world, but Got Talent gives them a stage to do that. So it's been so much fun being a host and like getting to see the other side of the production world. I think it just like music is my first and foremost love, but it like fuses so well in that. And I think I can like kind of see eye to eye with the performers because I'm like, I know
I've been in your shoes.
I know what it feels like to be in that hot seat. I know like what pre-show jitters are, and so I can be like, you got this, don't worry about it. And so it's been a lot of fun.
That's awesome. I mean, you killed it on there. I also all of your outfits every show were amazing. Your little Tinkerbell dress.
Yeah,
that
was crazy.
So cute.
It's so fun because like on a show, like I don't wear certain things. Like I don't wear dresses a lot when I'm playing guitar and like running around and like on my back or whatever. But on the show hosting, I can have fun with some fashion and like do some other things that I wouldn't normally be able to do on stage.
So fun. Well, so speaking of shows, do you have any pre-show rituals that you do?
Yeah, my band and I have a bunch of pre-show rituals. We like change it up depending on like what tour we're on. Sometimes we had like a push-up contest phase. We had like dance party backstage. But we all like kind of get together for like a pre-show prayer. For sure. That's awesome. That's like our for sure ritual. Yeah. And my band is like my family. Yeah. And I just want to always like preserve that and make them feel that.
Totally. Have you had a favorite performance that you've done maybe in the past year?
Gosh, like so many. I mean, we were able to tour with Blake Shelton last year, and it was so much fun. Like, Blake is amazing. He's so down to earth. He's always been such a fan and a supporter of mine ever since I got to town. And he's also married to Gwen Stefani, who is like an angel in real life. And like, Gwen is just the best. Like, when I met her, you know, I don't know, we were just talking about normal things, and then she was asking me questions about my questions. Like, she was like, oh my gosh, you're from Calgary, like tell me about that. And I was like, Gwen Stefani, you're the coolest
she's like interviewing
human being. Like, she's like my fashion icon, and just like has such a heart of gold. And so I loved that tour so much, being on the road with both of them.
For sure. Wow. Have any of the artists that you've met kind of over the years, because you're kind of looking up to some of them, have you gotten any advice from them that really stuck out to you specifically over anything else?
Yeah, touring with Keith Urban was so incredible. I mean, obviously, as a performer, as a songwriter, as a guitar player, I just look up to him so much for what he does and how he does it. Yeah. He's just so good at it. And, like, the best husband and dad. And he's married to Nicole Kidman. Like, he's just like Keith Urban. Yeah. But one of the coolest things, we were in soundcheck. I had a song on Keith's album, Graffiti You. It was called Horses. Yes. And so we were in soundcheck checking that song, and it was sort of a new venue. And so Keith Urban took 45 minutes to check the sound in the VIP section. And himself, like, he could have just been like, okay, sound check is good, everybody's good, okay, I'm gonna go on with my day. But he took 45 minutes out of his day to run down to the VIP section, listen to the band, okay, run up, make a few tweaks, then run back down to the VIP section, listen to the band, because he's like, these people are paying the most for their tickets, and I want to make sure they get the best sound. And I'm like, to see that level of dedication and passion, like at this level of his career, it was just so cool. And it like hit me so hard as like, that is where it's at. Yeah. You know, like if I'm learning something and if the bar is set at a certain level, like that is where it's set.
Totally. That's very cool. That's a great piece of advice to carry with you.
Totally.
So let's talk about your music video for Right on Time. Yeah. That was so cool. Beautifully shot all around. What was like your inspiration behind the video and the song?
Right on Time is such a special song to me. I wrote it shortly after I turned 30. I felt like all of my friends were getting married and having babies and doing all of these things. Like, there are certain times, specifically I feel like we feel this as women. I mean, Right on Time is written to anybody, but specifically to women, because I feel like we feel more pressure of like the right time to be beautiful in life, the right time to maybe be a mom, to go after the career we want. And yet it's so much about like how that timeline should shuffle out and how it should fluctuate, and yet we're always like kind of compared to our friends. So the music video, when we were getting together to shoot this, I wanted a very diverse group of people. I wanted like young, old, men, women, like all different kinds of backgrounds, because I really wanted to show kind of like an AA meeting. Like we sat in a circle and I wanted to show that like we are all fighting the same war on different sides of the battle, you know? And it is such an important thing for us all to remember that we are right on time for our own life. We don't want somebody else's timeline. We don't want somebody else's trajectory, because we're writing our own story. Yeah. And that is the beautiful part about it. Like, we get to make the curves and rights and lefts, and nobody else's is going to look like yours. Yeah. And so I had so much fun shooting that video, and writing this song has been so rewarding, being able to release it and just get DMs from fans being like, thank you for writing this song.
So
it resonates
powerful,
with me.
yes.
Like, that is the reason why I do what I do. That's the reason why I got into music. And yeah, you know, you can never be late to your own party.
That's right. That song, I mean, obviously it touched so many people. It touched me. I love it. It's so great, and the music video is awesome.
Yeah.
What's coming up for you?
Right on Time is like the tip of the iceberg to new music. Opening the next chapter, I will have new music out later this year with an album to come next year.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just so excited. I appreciate all of you so much for following me, or maybe if you're brand new to the family, welcome aboard. But I feel so lucky to be able to do what I love for a living, and I'm just so grateful that you want to listen.
Yes. Well, you are killing it, and everyone's going to keep on listening. Play all your music on Hank FM.
I love it.
Be sure to crank the Hank. Thank you for joining me.
Crank the Hank.
Yes.